Information and misinformation. What is that really? Hello, this is Chris speaking. Wake Up with a video about information and misinformation and spiral dynamics also. Again, it is a good concept, spiral dynamics, to explain what information and misinformation is. In the first tier, you think there is such a thing as information, as right and wrong information, correct and incorrect information. Once you get to second tier, you start doubting that seriously. But in yellow, you still think if you have enough information, then it will make a difference. But really, I have to disappoint you here. This whole debate about misinformation and information, it's going the wrong way, because in the end, everything is misinformation. What is possibly information and not misinformation? In our culture, everything is based on lies. In the world of the ego, everything is based on lies. In so-called science, everything is based on lies, or omitting something so that a semblance of a relative truth can be declared the absolute truth. Science only works because there are axioms, and those axioms define which information gets left out. So the rest, on the basis of the rest, on that definition, you can base what now is called facts. But there are no facts. There are no facts, there is no information, there is no truth. It's all just illusion. That is the meaning of the sentence, the world is an illusion. It's not that the world doesn't exist at all. It's an illusion because we made it so. We made it an illusion by defining this is what we're thinking about, this is what we concentrate on, and the rest we ignore. Science is a lie. Our financial system doesn't work. And media, of course, there's no such a thing as neutral media. It's all misinformation. On purpose or not on purpose, it doesn't matter. And there is still, in yellow, turquoise, and coral, there's still the hope that there is some right information and some wrong information, that there's some information that is still somehow correct, but it isn't. Only direct intuitive knowledge has some value in the moment, in action, but not in general. I too like podcasters and YouTubers like JP Sears and Russell Brand, but even they still have the illusion that there's some information as opposed to misinformation. I like them because they're funny, they're hilarious as comedians, in my view. It's a matter of taste, of course. But not because I need their information. There is only misinformation. That's what we can learn from Plato's cave metaphor. There are only fools and wise philosophers. And those wise philosophers are very few, and those fools are very many. There is no in-between. The in-between is the Dunning-Kruger effect, is the illusion that there is some kind of half-knowledge or approaching truth, that there are steps toward truth. No, there's only folly and only the divine, or whatever you call it. There's nothing in between. Everything in between is self-created delusion. And even if you ever make it to the point where you're a wise person. Then what? Then what? Look at all those people who got there. What's the use? What's the use of an Eckhart Tolle or Sadhguru or Alan Watts or C.G. Jung? What's the use of what they wrote and said and say? It's procrastination. You listen to them instead of walking your own path. Walk your own path. Stop listening to those people who say it's so great to be enlightened. What have they ever done? Very few people have ever done anything with those enlightened states they were in. And those were called avatars like Jesus and Buddha, and they're super rare, and see what they messed up. What Jesus messed up in the end. He created all these wars indirectly. Millions of dead people. There is only you now and your intuition, which is your ticket to direct divine downloads. In the moment, rooted in experience. That's it. That's all there is. That's why the Sufis say, if something needs to be done, do it now. There is only the now, and you will only get, if there's any kind of correct information, you will only get it in the now for this moment. You will only get the recipe how to deal with this moment right now, not anything for the past or the future. Any generalization, any quote, anything about the past or the future must be wrong, must be misinformation. That's why I always say don't trust any opinions. There is no value in anyone's opinion, no matter how enlightened or not, or how knowledgeable. There is no knowledge. There are only opinions, and they're all wrong. They're all misinformation. The only possibility you have is to trust your intuition, to look inside. Everything else is distraction outside. Distraction, misdirection, the old magic stage tricks. Repetition, misdirection, distraction. For the purpose of entertainment. It's all for the purpose of entertainment, and there's nothing that entertains people of our culture more than dramatic events. The more dramatic and catastrophic, the better. It's all leading our attention outwards. So anything you can do is the opposite, to direct your attention inwards. Anything that is mainstream must be wrong by definition. And the problem of green, yellow, turquoise and coral-centered people is that they think that there's anything else but that. That non-mainstream information must be correct, therefore. But it's also misinformation. It's the pendulum. Watch my video about the pendulum of Adim Zeeland. If you're for or against something, it doesn't matter. It gives momentum to the whole bullshit movement. Our so-called Western civilization is a joke. It doesn't work. It's crashing. It has been crashing for hundreds of years. It doesn't matter if you vote red or blue or black or green or yellow or whatnot. It's all lies. There's also no technological progress. It's also distraction. The only real thing is what's happening inside of you right now. Focus on that, and you will get two colors like teal and plum and aubergine. And then you can see that there's no such a thing as information or misinformation. It's all distraction, repetition, misdirection for the purpose of entertainment. It's all stage magic. The only thing that has a little bit of reality is intuition. And once you focus on your intuition inside, instead of anything outside, then you suddenly have lots of time, lots of energy, lots of joy. And you see that beforehand, at least 90% of your mental and emotional resources were directed at this distraction stuff. Or at trying to find the truth outside. The truth is not outside. It's only inside, can only be inside. If you want to find the truth, or if there's any truth, look inside, never outside. But no one wants to hear that. That is why people do not reach enlightenment, because they don't want to hear that it's inside. They want to hear, oh, I have some information or exercise for you that will bring you there. No exercise and no information will bring you there. It's all distraction. Only spending time with yourself inside will get you to a place that cannot be described. And it's always available to you. You do not have to do anything. You just have to leave the bullshit away. Desist of the bullshit and the distractions and the misinformation and the opinions. That's it. Just ignore everything outside and focus everything inside. And meanwhile, your body thingy will keep on doing the day-to-day stuff. Don't worry. It will keep on eating and drinking and shitting and working and sleeping. But all the mental capacity has to be turned inside. That's it. That's all you have to do. Do not get distracted. Do not look at the magic tricks. Just look on what is now inside of you. This is your job in the second tier of Spiral Dynamics. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me as a Patreon. Thank you for liking and subscribing and sharing the videos with your friends. See you soon.